Unity Broadcasting Television don't come for unify, sensitize, and inform Salon people home and abroad. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come
for developments now we country
unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation Salon.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come
for developments now we country
unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation Salon.
We now independent media house. We dey here for unify, sensitize, and inform Sierra Leoneans home and abroad.
We dey here so for talk, but wetin dey happen? Political discussion.
You for know about Salon politics.
Religious messages, entertainment self no go left bien.
We no go left nothing bien no.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come
for developments now we country
unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation Salon.
Unity Broadcasting TV don't come
for developments now we country
unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
For developments now we nation Salon.
This na the team them where we dey talk about
Sierra Leone political history,
defeating the lives of fake people.
waiting they be na social media.
One-on-one interview, we go bring you all the hot topics.
Unity Broadcasting TV say,
and we like we self and better Salon.
January 2026. My name na Maria Marie Bilkish Doumbia.
And indeed, my name na Elizabeth Kefue Gembe. Today, as me co-presenter don't talk, na the 13th day, and inside the studio will be opportune for be joined by Andrew Lavalley. Andrew Lavalley in one party Master Sabi person we pull reports about political parties then. We all know in the head the Institute for Governance Reform now this country. They can't tell we the reports we pull, waiting a day about how true that reports they come down to the ordinary people, how it resonates with the people them way they on the ground. We all know say now delegates, they are delegates, now then they vote for individuals the way he say they are the front runner. We will also be joined inside the studio again with Dictionary Demonia, we're in a broadcaster, a broadcast journalist, and also a political commentator. Instead go come for help. Let we talk about this. You were the watch we na your house. No say you the watch we through Facebook and YouTube page. And live now with 48 Shaka Stephen Street. Don't forget to the number where you go send a text message. So now 076946948. This number now with official number and it is on WhatsApp and regular message. The number again now 076946948. Now with official number this it is on WhatsApp and also on regular text message. Like I say, be civil and join the conversation. Make sure you go straight to the point. We know they can't attack personality or anybody now. They go straight to waiting Andrew they can tell we na in we for react to. Like I say, me own name na Elizabeth Kefue Gembe. We go take a quick commercial break and we'll come back with studio guests could be there as this na a 1 hour program. Wanna stay tuned and good morning.
Hello everybody, my name is Shaina, I'm a staff from One Mobile, and today I'm here to shed light on the outdoor campaign that you've been seeing on social media. So the campaign covers both our existing One Broadband clients and our new One Mobile clients. Now for existing One Broadband clients who already have the fiber at home, you can get our 5G MiFi for 50% off and add to your existing One Broadband bill at no monthly cost. Now for new clients, you can get a free fiber installation and zero cost of MiFi by just paying 1699. So you get fiber at home and 5G on the go. The monthly subscription fee will be 1499 plus 200 leones monthly rental and service fee. So for more info, you can call us on 3333. Hello everybody, my name is Shaina, I'm staff from One Mobile, and today I'm here to shed light on the outdoor campaign that you've been seeing on social media. So the campaign covers both our existing One Broadband clients and our new One Mobile clients. Now for existing One Broadband clients who already have the fiber at home, you can get our 5G MiFi for 50% off and add to your existing One Broadband bill at no monthly cost. Now for new clients, you can get a free fiber installation and zero cost of MiFi by just paying 1699. So you get fiber at home and 5G on the go. The monthly subscription fee will be 1499 plus 200 leones monthly rental and service fee. So for more info, you can call us on 3333.
Hello guys, it's your boy Emperor Breezy, your favorite filmmaker, director and journalist. Right now I'm at One Mobile 5G to pick up my router. You know, internet is very important in the line of work that we do if you need a fast upload, and I urge every content creator like me to come pick up your 5G router or your SIM, you know, to post as fast as possible, because this rainy season, you know what you're by yourself. Alright guys, peace out.
All right, the program now, Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. Me, your name now, Elizabeth Kifegembe. Like I tell you, this morning we did talk about a report where Andrew Lavalley don't pull out, and we all know say in at the head of the Institute and Governance Reform now this country. Again for tell we about the reason why he pulled that report and how truth that particular report stay, and how also we go pose the question to the ordinary people if the reports really they twinkle down to the ordinary people or if they resonate with them. We all know say in terms of politics, now delegates then the votes, and delegates, they are considered to be delegates. We'll go pose that question to Andrew this morning. Good morning and welcome to Unity Broadcasting.
Good morning. Congratulations. It's really nice to be here. Happy New Year, listeners and viewers.
All right, Dana Andrew Lavalley. Now, in first made in appearances, when I call Andrew, been the wonder, I say which Unity this, but you know, we use for talk with the US, but we'll not be done interface directly. So today is the first day we've interface with each other. So today for talk about the report we post. So like I say, Andrew, you don't pull out. But before that, before we go to Andrew, we'll be joined by the dictionary Deborah, Debonia, we in a broadcast journalist and also a political commentator. Anytime soon, we will be joined by and we. Instead will help talk about this topic. So Andrew, now let we look at the topic where you talk about waiting bring about this analysis, because it in a social media now the lips of all politicians. Some don't accept, some say they don't accept, some say you bias. So waiting bring about this particular analysis.
Thank you very much. This report is published by the Institute for Governance Reform. And for the one that will not know, IGR, Institute for Governance Reform, we they try for bridge the gap between knowledge and policy. So, you know, the one that wouldn't deny the driving seat of policy, like ministers, president, parliamentarians, they need for the area from people them. What we can do from time to time with the get what we call citizens-driven data or evidence, because not all man can go to State House, go to Parliament, go to a minister in conference room, but their voices matter. And democracy, not to just wait to stop at voting. Democracy now waiting to happen between elections. Governance now waiting really happen between elections. So elections don't pass, then people and voices need for the inform waiting to happen. Now that the IGR stand for. So for the one that we pay attention, when I see say from time to time we can publish in you know, high quality research. For this one, it's a series so we don't start what we call political marathon. A marathon, the one that we don't know, then we don't hear it, then you know say marathon actually mean long race. So the race now 2028, now in the race they end. But for we, the race they go beyond 2028. Why would they do this political marathon, and why we decide for the first maiden one with the focus on internal democracy? With this report come out, people in the focus but more on would that come first, and our SLPP would that come first, and our APC. For we, that is just one point of this research, we're at section 3.6. But this report is important in many ways. Family therefore no say we all in a salon, all man they support your own side. If me na SLPP, I dey support me on SLPP. Me na APC, I dey support me on APC. But we all not like who side we country there. In fact, waiting they happen. Some people, all man they point finger now say, no, na SLPP they spoil the country. No, na APC na they spoil the country. What you can do normally do at the institute, we they step back for say, how do we fix this country up? And one of the things that we will say we can actually do for fix them, now for fix the party them. And we usually say across Africa, a few countries and the party that will then take them to independence, they're still there. Salon are one of them. If you go na ANC na South Africa, na one of them. Salon you get SLPP when in 1951, APC 1961. So they call them PIPs, P-Independence Party. You go now, you get Frelimo and Renamo and Mozambique, where then the independence in 1992. So them party here, for better for worse, now they stamp the character of the country. If you fix APC, you fix SLPP, it doesn't matter whether in a power this country they improve. So, and we see a lot of revenge politics, with this policy kind of power, and they do away with this. With this day kind of power, they get new agenda, and you see the country is sharply divided, south, east, northwest. So we say APC and SLPP, they cannot give what they don't have. This BNT, I don't like one phrase where inside the Bible where they talk say righteousness exalts a nation and sin is a reproach. We can feel safe for get a righteous country, not just prayer we get for make. We get for build institutions. So if you build anti-corruption systems like SLPP, if it took roots, if you build anti-corruption systems like APC, if it take roots, then we're able to extend accountability to the country. If you build inclusivity, now then party here, then we're able to make the country inclusive. But look the character and the nature of the party then. Which would they see now more, how do we come together? A few elites for generate hate against each other. So now that make we talk, say, at the start of this marathon, Lord, look at the party there first. How then whether they take part in the party business, whether not they take part. We know say delegate then are important. But delegates then, they are being delegated. Famble then, when they say delegate, it means say, now you they don't give you responsibility. The word delegate means then give you responsibility for go do something. So the one way they delegate the delegates, when ordinary party members, now they will talk to. And then one day they too often they not can talk to them no more. So now they talk say for the start, let's start with whether they delegate the delegates. Maybe with the bend the curve inside the marathon, we say now Lord can't talk now to the delegates. So now that make we say Lord look at this. And why internal democracy important? Important for one reason. Any party will become internally democratic. That means say ordinary people and they give them voice. That party they will be strong. And to NDI say, not to me say, the National Democratic Institute, when a political party strengthening out with, that's what you say. And when you look at over time, if you see the first coup way Salon get in 1967, now internal democracy go wrong. And why this happened? Sir Albert Magai at the time, he failed for give 3 people a symbol. Because if people are popular, you know, give them symbol. The people then go declare themselves independent. With Kiebo LM Brewer, then Kai Samba them in the 60s. They go win as independent. And that time we'll get parliamentary system. Not to now we'll get a presidential system. We'll get parliamentary system. So the policy way they win the number of seats, now they become the prime minister. So Sir Albert Magaina was the prime minister at the time. So then get what they call a hung government. Hung government, nobody no win absolute majority for form government. So the 3 now we've been there, we not been given a symbol. We go win as independent. Now they now can decide. A catch for big then. A big then till they not agree. The people then go vote for APC. Now that makes Siaka Stevens win. And when Siaka Stevens win, the military at that time be so loyal to Albert because he even get Sir Albert in military. They be so loyal to Albert. So now the first coup down there, then go stage the first coup. In fact, they arrest the governor self at the time, Henry Lightfoot Boston. So it so happened that A week later, another coup happened, a counter coup, then pull them. So that was the first internal democracy, the first effects of internal democracy. 40 years after that day, the same Sir Albert in Peking, when as Charles Magai now, instead of one contest, now the same party, nine, him feel say popular, but when they meet na McKinney in 2005, then give the flag bearership to Solomon Barrow. He said that Tijan Kaba, nine, non make the anoint the popular candidate. He formed his own party when at NGC, SLPP go ahead for lost that election day because internal democracy go wrong.
All right, before you go about that internal democracy, where we get for council definitely, somebody go one for ask, what are the major pointers then really where you use, especially where you take some politicians or aspirants then above the other ones then we be don't they on the ground and say they're more popular or they're more electable than the others. Show me some of them major pointers then really where you look at.
So we look at two matrices. We look at electability and likability. Electability means if you come and guide the vote for this person. Likability means you like this person, yeah. So and if find for Lefamble and no say not to just IGR sit down and do this. Inside the whole December, this past December, we meet with the political parties then. Now SLPP will get 1 hour meeting at SLPP. We had 3 hours meetings at APC office from 8 o'clock, from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Then serve refreshments all, which was really good. And one for just using this opportunity to tell thank you to the political parties. At the level of the chairman, we go through the question one by one about how the party and they meet, how then they connect to them people then. This whole question of likability and electability. They will fill the survey and finally people they know say the person where they actually manage surveys in IGR, not to Sierra Leonean self, now an European. So the world in at the meeting will fill the survey. After we fill the survey, we invite the two parties then now. They come out of office, then come with go through the results. Of course, as always expected, we result the camp in for every research. It's the results. We employ what they call gold standard, and then they employ around the world for political surveys. So now we're using the Afrobarometer, IGR, the Afrobarometer partner in Sierra Leone. Then they use the Eurobarometer. Then they use, if you go any big, then the US. In fact, we use 1,200 respondents from Statistics Sierra Leone. The sample frame now we use for make sure say we randomize the sample selection, and people we don't know, but randomization it actually means say now you in a researcher you can get discretion. So how you make sure say you cancel that discretion and for make sure say for make sure say you don't get discretion. So for example, I don't grab today. I say na free time. I don't know how people feel about me. If I just grab normal, I say they go ask me party them. That not to random down there. Now me party the way they elect me that I go talk. But if I say I talk to 20 people them, and I go team up now 4 junction there. Each junction I talk to 5 people them. Not to me they determine them people and they. So the first 5 where they come now they are talk to. That means say you are not purposeful in your selection. Now that we do in this research across for select 1,200, but we go to call probability by population size. So it means probability proportionate to size. It means the number of people who they interview in a bond is smaller than the number of people who they interview in a Freetown, because the population of Freetown is way bigger than the population of Bond. So now, and when they do that, at the end of the day, you know, they only cancel bias, but you actually get a portrait of society. So that's how rigorous and how they call it. That's how rigorous we go for high quality data. At the end of the day, we'll ask them people and but likability, because we ask them about whether they elect, and electability, and we the political parties they all meet with them. They were very clear. They say as we sit, Batilo tell we, Yasane tell we, say as we sit, we don't recognize anybody as flag bearer candidate. So the way we get their names and Now all the script from media houses like newspapers, internet will script then information. So assemble 26 names, 16 from APC, 10 from SLPP. So now they will use for test likability and electability. Any Sausa will go meet you with the run their names that they by you. In fact, there was a particular question I will not publish. One is name recognition. You sabi this person, you get candidates that will not sabi at all.
So then 26 people there. We are part of the process, like then self be they involved as then self not stakeholder and then party.
No,
okay, then be their side.
No, not be their side. We don't let anybody influence the process. We engage with the political parties, but not the interested parties.
All right. We just don't be joined by a broadcaster and a political commentator with a dictionary, Debonia. I'm pretty sure I call your name right,
yes.
right? Debonia. Say hello to we viewers then.
So good morning to viewers out there and to every Sierra Leonean who really watched this program this morning. Don't forget to say this will never be a citizen-driven conversation. And I seated here as a broadcast journalist. We get to interpret the entirety of the IGR survey. And I think there are a couple of things we'll ever make a bit clarification here, considering waiting Andrew don't see now. Yeah. And the first one get for do with say the event of itself, the entirety of the report, it ran from the 9th of December up to the 14th of December. So to the entirety of the December they won. It was just basically like a week span. But we're here to put the fact, of course, barely, and for make citizens out there get for understand say the likability of itself up to the last point in our favorability. We in politics, obviously, it speaks volume, and sometimes they can't digest of it. But this is a diagnostic conversation where they can put now. Is here to defend the report. I'm here to interpret the report. So it's a three-different angle where I just want to establish the viewers with the online get to understand where we're going to.
All right. So you don't see waiting Andrew don't publish. You na idea for interpret in day for establish the report. Waiting are your impression about this diagnostic way it don't diagnose the political landscape so far?
So this survey of itself, we forget for it as a prediction for flag bearership for both the SLPP and the APC. I'm quite disappointed on why we get multiple democracy now, multi-democracy, rather than just limited to two. We are still the Alusine and the Alassane conversation, so it makes the research a bit limited. I read through the entire research back and forth. By training, I'm a political scientist and get some depth on research. So when Andrew will talk about a couple of things, I was like, hey, nodding my head. So I think that was the first mistake they made, in which this is the first phase of itself. So I'm going to put across some facts quickly before we run to the entirety of thing.
Not left to Creole for we.
Yes. So I'll put across some facts, the entirety of this thing. So this report of itself, it meant for disrupt any form of ethno-regional thing. He knows of that particular one day in which we get for see partisanship, mean APC picking, SLPP picking. This report meant for disrupt them. Secondly of itself, like I tell you, the limitation of itself was the thing on from the 9th to the 14th. That will be festive season. You meet citizens during the laddie that time, so they disrupt what I think and say on how to make the decision right. And mind you, you cannot literally guarantee a preferred data in space of 1 week. So if you run it from the 9th to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that's 6 days, barely a week. So you say the research of itself gets some amount of festive season ladida influence into the next one of itself, like quarterly publication. Now we see this first quarter, as per what the IGR posted. The first quarter came in December, 9 and do the entirety of them. And whilst the report we don't come from last year, we also the mixed reaction we citizens and get out there, and we get for see waiting the second publication. As per the end part of the report where IGR posted, there were recommendation we will can literally get for digest better, let viewers understand. And the 2028 election, as per waiting the IGR report says, an issue-based election. Is that not so, Andrew? Is that not so?
The carry on.
Yes, an issue-based election. So not a one wherein as now based on the normal politicking of how politicians would just come and give you promises, because we all know the bedrock of politics on promises. So as per the IGR report, the 2028 election an issue-based. That means say if as per what they said it was only Jagaban who met the 50% threshold, then what is the issue based with Jagaban literally report here right now in 2026? I went from that particular one day. This first edition a baseline. Now a baseline wine as it will get for tell you saying that two sets of democracy they want. Within the current government, when the SLP in a fragmented thing with the one day, why is the opposition inevitable say they deserve to put their house together? So if you get for say not even the SLPP meets the required threshold, it means that there is so many fragmentation. The Senge, the Fatima B, Egbima B camp, you watch the other names, they're all fragmented. Whilst for the APC, likability point of view, level can digest better. You get for say they position Jagaban from the money spending angle, not from idea based. I always say this on any platform where I go. The likability yardstick they use for assess Jagaban, I will tell the IGR say it was from a monetary point of view. But on idea based, the nigga not getting that, sorry for the word, he doesn't have a structural conversation to say, let me put this across. So the IGR's limitation, I'm a researcher and a bit as we go by, we'll actually get for breakdown step by step. Let me pick out some of the strengths, the weakness, the opportunity, and further threats for the next publication level put across.
All right, Andrew, you don't hear me waiting. Dictionary don't say. I wonder you quickly react to it, and I go ask you a question before me call it kind side.
Thank you very much. So, it make a lot of. By the way, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
We always can welcome their feedback then day. And these are, when you watch the report, we actually reflect some limitations with the political party and talk, say that the first feedback.
But you agree to the facts within dictionary say.
And I just respond to them.
No, before you respond.
No, I disagree. I disagree.
No, you agree to the facts say the time frame not being.
No. Also, now I want to disagree with.
Okay, go ahead.
So you can get, you talk say why only two parties. That's not the problem. Then two parties here. Now the only two parties then within they get 85% of every election. When you in a researcher, you get resources, you can talk to where can I actually devote my resources? So if you take 17, 20 political parties, you actually waste your time. Anybody will become the leader of SLPP, the leader of APC, you get a 50% chance to become the president of Sierra Leone. So if you want to have a deep dive and you get limited resources, you talk to how do I devote me attention? In fact, inside UK, then get what they call fringe parties. Fringe parties are them parties then they're small. They can just come for disrupt. In fact, for them, then they put boku money for let you contest election. They talk to we actually get a particular threshold of votes that they give you money back. If you don't get the threshold, you lost your money. So we no want for deal with fringe parties. Now that make we focus on the major parties them. Now PPRC now then can deal with that one then festive season. So festive season not the influence respondents. We know then of course you can get seasonality and how seasonality can affect certain research results. So for example, if you go talk about how people then they enjoy electricity dry season and how then they enjoy electricity rainy season, at that time when the water levels don't go up, you cannot compare apples to oranges. You understand eh? So you can get seasonality they affect. But where it doesn't mean if I not like Jagaban, if na Christmas time I go like him. Or if I not like Kande Yom Kela, if na rain season I go like him. So seasonality they affect then kind research respondent them. So you talk about issue-based election. It hardly for less alone get issue-based election. You are right for say the big campaign with IGR they make, we want let issues matter for election. We don't want let election be about ethnicity. You get ethnic-based voting. So when you look at, there's a particular result where they show say, waiting voters and they look for. Some people they look for experience, some people they look for qualifications, some people they look for spending. In fact, the third category now spending. We now researchers waiting they tell we now so now with the report. If you have 50% of people in talk say me now spending is important to me, and based on that they I get for select me on flag bearer. That's what is reported. So we report on verbatim. It doesn't mean I don't have an opinion about it, but I think I'll be disingenuous and insincere to the one they will go interview for let me own position actually override the judgment. So and he is right to say na a baseline. If money is a factor in with politics, which of course is really bad because democracy should not be for sale, what in this report do now for just put on to scale for say this is our problem. How do we discuss it? So I think we're not just the messengers.
So since you released this report, what are the reactions we don't get from
it's
political
all mixed
parties?
it's
No,
all
from political parties first, the two major political parties where you picture in this report.
it's mixed.
How mixed it is?
You have elements within the two political parties we agree with. You have elements we completely disagree. And really, in social science research, you expect that one day. You know, like physical sciences where you actually see see evidence, but most of which we talk about, you cannot actually see. You cannot see likability, you cannot see electability. But you get some people and the wider public actually disagree, actually agree with IGR position, and especially on Jagaban. There have been some disagreements on, no, Yom Kela will not believe. And one of the things we're so clear, you see, say the race is so close to SLPP, even though Yom Kela, they actually lead, is only 38% in terms of electability, followed by Chief Minister, that is about 27%, and 26% the First Lady, and 24% the Vice President. But in the case of APC, there is a clear majority. You get 51%. Samura Kamara is within the 30s. So you see, Senahamic would say the race in the eyes of ordinary people, not in the eyes of delegates, the race in the governing party is wide open, whereas the race in the eyes of ordinary people in the opposition party is pointing towards Sheikh Kamara Wena Jagaban.
All right. Now, journalists, you don't hear me waiting. Andrew don't say. When you talk about electability or when you talk about the pointers that we don't use, if I come further to what he say look at education, look at experience and the ability to spend money. You don't first and foremost say, for Jagaban, yes, he gets the money, it is spending. But let's look at education and experience in terms of politics. So do you feel say then two individuals there where it really points as a major or front runner then gets these qualifications or these qualities?
Okay, so let's just on script again, waiting and we talk. I'm a social scientist by training and even by qualification from uni. So from a social scientist point of view of itself, let me actually come back into this. So there are a couple of questions when I pondered, when I get to read the reports, there are questions I get to ponder. Let's just read them out. I asked myself, say, how were the respondents selected? Secondly, where was the endorsement based? Was it based on name recognition or deep conviction? When as you wait for feel deep convicted, say it's because of the IGR met me, or some school of thought even get to say perhaps Jagaban might have sponsored the entirety of the IGR report. So you could just come and there's a campaign strategy, you say this is not for Jagaban. Yumkela no Mokuma no say Yumkela stingy. So how come Yumkela and Nimka up so quick one? But the school of thoughts, and you go ponder me thoughts later on. The other question I get to ponder, I ask myself, does endorsement equal electability? This is a critical question some of us as social scientists and also turned journalists get for in a quiet corner reading this report. The next one, can internal popularity survive delegate conference? Mind you, I think it was short-sighted, the report of itself, because come August, the APC will be having their delegate conference. We'll get to decide who the entirety of this IGR report is coming. So we might have the third quarter report, and I hope this will not influence the third quarter report as we are approaching August. So the question being asked, now I'm going to pick out page by page as per the report that I have here. Now, if you turn to page 5, you get to see the figure in the index. It stated that leadership experience in which the APC score higher than the SLPP. So the APC, they watch it for leadership experience. This is the graph here. The next one, when it comes to be highly educated, APC in a grassroots party. If you observe, when you watch the charts, APC not to get interest whether you Lambuk, you know Lambuk. White the SLPP as an elitist party. Now in politics, the thing called ideology. The ideology of the APC, the ideology of the SLPP cannot be compared. SLPP then believe say, now you not elitist, you forget Boku says, now them pack doctorates, then we have not seen much yet. That's why when he passed this year of action, with the assess and based on the MTNDP and the New Direction Manifesto and based on the IGR report, so they can pull across. The next one, you want to say to spend money on. That's the third part when it comes to the graph. As per the APC's belief, as per this data presented by the IGR, they want us to spend money. Is that not so? They want someone who could spend money. Once the SLPP goes in for idea, that is why when they said the 2028 is idea driven, there's a bit of a thing I watch. It's like, where are we heading to as per this IGR report? So if you see, say, the APC get more interest, who are the poor money, and politics is money. politics is money. The more investment you make for candidates, the more positioning you could put yourself, say, for the next coming election. You get a safer space. That is why you get beaucoup angry belly politician there. You the kind of power, you don't get nothing. But when you come into power now, you enrich yourself upon leaving now. If then check your financial status by then to the reality, that's a different thing. And that particular access date, where APC they score higher on, is a very bad message they are sending for 2028. The final one before I move on is called the not bad name. So politics, there's a thing called integrity card. And I think that's, I'm going to call him, I'm going to be very blunt. And people like Bai Mahmoud, it's a big shame for like even they come up. Because if we go back to the COI reports, you're not even supposed for even to make interest. And as per their list, when Andrew said the script media, I get to ponder. This research, sorry, you're not supposed to script the media. You understand? The big shame of itself is when I read to the reports, both the APC and SLP don't get a standing data. Is that not so, Andrew? A standing data in which we get for CC, they get entirety of all their members. As per the reports, I read it over and over again, so I will get for make people understand, interpret this.
Okay.
Now, again, if you watch the names,
but again, journalists, before you continue, Andrew don't say when you go to them two people them, they not get list of individuals them. Yes. According to Ramna, just then also scrape from the media. So why you feel say the politicians then go believe say even the name we just mentioned? And by the way, the views of this discussion lies inside the guests, not so represent Unity Broadcasting. You name Bai Mahmoud say enough for can due to the COI. Bai Mahmoud no comment say you say according to the party they not prove and say it's a vie for position. This not just euphoric statements where people then they feel about her. So from Andrew in your perspective, if you say now the wrong thing he do enough for being script from social media.
So now let me pull you out from the wall of euphorism and carry you to reality. Now I'm going to call out the names. These people literally have not yet been validated by the party. Sorry, the English. Then people are literally, the party literally don't put us in the flag bearer than this. So that's what I say when they script. It means say the IGR report has been influenced, whether psychologically or whether from a perception base, the result has been influenced. So I'm going to call the list of people we are waiting and script that the media then get. From the APC part, you get Bai Mahmoud, you get Dr. Ibrahim Bangoa, Ade Macaulay, Dr. Richard Conte, JFK, Ivona Kisoya, Cheno Ramadan Ba, Sheikh Jagaban, Honorable Usman Timbu, Kelfala Mara, Samura Kama, Omri Goli, Sufian Kaloko, Soyi Sise, Hassan Beshikanu, and Samuel Samsumana. 16 people from the APC. Now look onto the SLPP. Alhaji Musa Tarawali. So I come to that. Mohamed Jule Jallo, David Moyina Senge, Ali Kaba, Kali Mkela, Fatima Bio, John Oponjo, Benjamin, Timothy Kaba, Sidi Tunis, and Brian Maswari. 10. Now if you combine say now then people here with the project for 2028 candidature, you get for say there is so much something will happen behind the scene. What I get for say so? This is the actual reality, like I tell you. Integrity based. So the disclaimer I want to put across, I'm a journalist and I stand for the corrected for all my words because I have facts for it anyway. So when it comes to Bai Mahmoud and case, it is not new at all. So there are individuals in the integrity matter. That's why I'm happy with the IGR put and say 2028 now issues-based driven election. So people like Bai Mahmoud no go can't tell we nothing, even when they go for delegate conference. You all know so this is an internal democratic conversation we are having here, where perception influence. You heard what he said, Bai Mahmoud and kind, we're not here for Bai Mahmoud, but to me to him. He actually know say integrity wise, me of myself, if I get me right senses, because as per waiting the previous record speak of him, he not get the integrity capacity for even contest for be flag there within the APC. He not even supposed to get that interest. There are a couple of names to go out. And why would they say so?
But you believe
the GTT report.
You believe say this APC that you are talking about Bai Mahmoud had individuals who even gets the hem of power, we been get corruption charges that then use certain things then and do things.
And also you put it to the GTC report, the government addition report. It speaks so much volume.
I don't want to name names, but
yeah,
when
but
you
it's just like we will get for name names because you are the presenter. We are fearless journalists.
All right.
They are just that, so no mind.
Okay.
So the key thing is these are names we have to call, and when we call them people there, they literally they're not supposed for even pass on social media. Now make they expect the IGR for the next report. Do you una add integrity card? Una add integrity card. Despite it is there, but lay more emphasis on integrity card because there are people literally the one way they apply. And I want to keep things put across here before we move. It was on the basis of how they did the page 3 for the IGR reports. It stated yes. Let me just it's page 2. Sorry, respondent demographics. If you observe now, I'm going to politicize this conversation from a political standpoint. If you notice, the East had 23.4%. of people who would actually get access to. That raises questions. The Northwest had 16.3%. You watch the North, 17.8%. The South get 22.4%, whilst the West get 20.1%. Voila! If I politicize this conversation, it looks like IGR reports, let not be say that one kind of SLPP framed reports and just go based on the SLPP part, because you're watching and also the South and the Eastern and Boku turn up. We all know the 2023 election come out. Kenema officer bounce past feet on. Who's how we be there? When we won't vote, we'll vote. We Kenema will go knock over 1,000. 1 million plus. You understand? I'm just framing the conversation. I'm just framing it. So when you watch at the demographics, Andrew, when you watch at this demographics, it raises question. It is good, like I said, it is a perception-based survey. Not just a diagnostic conversation we get, where we'd expect the second quarter of the report to come out. There you're going to get some amount of improvement, say, these are some of the things we flag up. Because as per the recommendation they placed, Larry end parts before Andrew they come in, they put across 3 things. 3 things where then at the page 9 of the IGR report, it states, education, you already don't call them out. Sierra Leone voters and party members are against tenure elongation of the president. Whether the who officer not the sit down, whether the constitutional review, they all and say, they grip and say, we don't agree. The third one, Mr. Sheikh Kamara, also Jagaban of the APC, is the only individual with a 50% endorsement of voters. None of the names in the SLP secured the majority approval. It speaks volume. That is why we observe many school of thought within the APC not appreciate the entirety of the result. Because they get for questioner. That's why I said it earlier. If I'm to frame this conversation, you go watch and say either Jagaban not sponsor the thing, or perhaps Eastern and Southeastern or something. It is nothing though. I'm just actually using a different angle for diagnosis conversation.
Yes, sir. Earlier on, you make mention, say.
No, can I? Please, please. No, please. This is a, no. I'm not going to expect say this is the kind of conversation, because you know why? Because we are taking a lot of pains for level get quality conversation.
But these are also feedbacks.
Let me finish. It's important for me. There are ways where they critique a report, where they critique research data. You critique research data with another research evidence. So like this man in opinion should have been just one of the opinions that forms this. So you cannot compare apples to oranges. And any disrespectful they say. So in a country whose side trust deficit low, where somebody talk say, no, you talk on the radio, say, no, it'll appear as saying that Jagaban ain't fund this. It's quite a strong statement.
Quick disclaimer. It is a The entirety of the report is perception. It is perception. Please don't take my word. Let Andrew not take me word. Who Klein is thinker? No, I beg to debunk. I beg to debunk. I beg to debunk, because if just a quick clarification.
Journalists, okay.
Quick clarification.
No. I have been talking. I sat down. You ranted for
Okay, let's go ahead. Andrew, go ahead.
Mikelepo contributes in a very sober platform.
Sure.
Because we spend thousands of dollars for generate data. So as a matter of fact, I think say it should be accorded the respect we deserve. So this man, they talk about how we are the respondents selected. It's in the methodology. I think say if you read the report, if I don't know how we are the respondents selected.
No, I read. That is why you are here.
No.
Journalists, allow him.
I read so quick one. I read to the entire report, but he's here. And these are questions that one to ask off the report.
I'm glad you're
here.
So
let me practical.
I'm glad you were here. But let me yes.
Let defend the report.
I'm not defending the report, because most of what you said, get nothing to do with the report.
All right, Andrew, go ahead.
So when you say how were the respondents selected, it's in the report how we are the respondents selected. There's a whole methodology section. You understand, eh? So it talks say now enumeration areas we derive we sampling frame from Statistics Sierra Leone, and it's 50% male versus female. So it talk about the results are influenced. So if the results are influenced, you understand, eh? Statistically, I don't know how you're doing your statistics. If you get majority respondent from the south and the east of the country in any statistical frame, perception frame, in the favor of SLPP. This report shows say no SLPP candidate not go above 38%. So so we combine the south and the east together, it's around 45%. We combine them. We combine the north and the northwest and the western region, it's around 55%. And so when you look at the the population geographics or demographics over time, that's how it is. So instead of the reason why I become a little agitated, because maybe if we say we actually discuss the results, if somebody question the research method, it's fine. You can question the research methodology, but I think say you get for Freeman in a way person will engage with them. You understand that? So Jagaban funded the research, how leadership qualities. So SLPP select leadership qualities. All of them qualities and the way we identified. And this now for that talk say anybody want critique this report, you have to read the report. There is no correlation between the qualities, the leadership qualities of people they select to the final outcome. If the people they want now can actually do then correlation they do. So you get SLPP they talk say somebody na international somebody will get international experience more than APC. You get people they talk say na more spend you want. Somebody they spend per the party and in party supporters they now want. We not do that correlation. So maybe USA can fill in void. There will be a need for further analysis because we have the data for say no because Jagaban for example now because of his spending I make this happen, I make it so. But we know the report not bring down the out. Maybe if we get the data, if he admits, if you identify say that's a gap in the report, that's the gap in the analysis, it could be a gap in the analysis. Because if we don't bring down the out for let people and say no, this Maya then it did so because of in spending. But we have the data but not do that correlation for present and
but Andrew, let's make this
it's
clear.
Almost scraping the media.
You don't already pull this report now. You don't then at the public domain and individuals they don't they scrutinize and then they talk about that. So on the grounds at which we want to discuss this today, it's about the public opinion about your report. It's not about just the report. The reports you don't pull them. You don't explain to we don't hear how you decode them, usai come out. So but the public opinion, how the public view
the public.
Now I want also we discuss
exactly.
And from that
because if we not discuss that angle, then the next quarter it will be more dangerous and it will be more taken into a different opinion.
You get members of the public were grounded in research and some of their opinions, including the political parties who we talk to, we take their opinion. In fact, if you look at the limitations, IGR accept there's a limitation section.
Yeah, sure.
So then because the political parties then say now delegates then they elect. Why would I go interview ordinary people then? That is a fair comment. So there are comments that we can relate with. There are comments who enable answer. For example, somebody talks say no, this person here. You get somebody where they talk say no Lavalina KKY. How can I respond to that? Yes, that has nothing to do with the research.
But those are all questions that have come out, and those are pointers where they point at you. Also, one is the report is now pointing at even your personality. The report is also pointing, like the public is pointing at your political involvement, and the report is also pointing at the genuinity of it. Just like where journalists.
No. But you get
no. To the public now. We are now scrutinizing.
I mean, say to sections of the public.
All
not
right.
to the. What you say to the public is broad. So you get sections of the public. One of the things we find for established, most people in Sierra Leone, they have their political interests within parties and between parties. So within parties, if you talk say na KKY, na on top, you have people that KKY they compete with. We're not comfortable with that. I take them point. You understand it? If these results were different, so say na KKY in Monday will talk say, no, this Maya na CME party, na make this rim the lead. You understand it? So it's now for that I say it has nothing to do with the report, but I cannot touch it. You understand it? Because now people some people feel say this it actually wane momentum in Million Posse campaign. You understand? And that's not the intention at all. It's a marathon. So you get some comments them way definitely with the reflect on like that comment for delegates. How do we make sure that delegates are included in the next round moving forward. I think that's something that is worthy of special notice. But we still finally people know delegate business is a whole industry. In fact, the next report we will look at is actually the delegate industry. You will get somebody who can win delegates, but in terms of people they liking, so we see for example, I don't explain in 1967 with Ellen Brewer there. You can't give symbol to person, political party you give symbol to person where the people are not like, and that's not democracy. Democracy, demos kratos, the authority of the people. You can't get 2017 where Sam Sumana then be feel say them popular. So can the young killer they be feel say they not treat them well? They left them party. So this whole thing about delegates, yes, it's important, but sometimes we see many comments where delegate contests they happen. So people they talk say they actually take delegates, then go put them in a hotel, say down there, now maybe they take care of them. In fact, some people in there they say some delegate they now particular flag bearer aspirant they deal with them. We not get any relationship with the community where they represent. As a matter of fact, in reality, where they say this person are a delegate, if they say this community are this now Siaka Stevens Street community, you don't get the youth leader, we're not delegate, women's leader, we're not delegate, the chairman, we're not delegate, the women's leader for consult with APC women, SLPP women, now this place, and on that basis you go represent them because they are being delegated. But so I think to me the most useful aspect of this research now for say if we not fix them party at the internal processes, the change you the talk about is a monumental waste of time.
So can I come in anyway?
Yeah. Before you come in, a quick one, yeah. You know, think say, Mr. Andrew, you know, think say these reports, if we not go back and try for consider the very delegates them, you know, think say in the long run, let's say when they go for lower level election, they not happen for Giddy person we get the highest score from APC or SLPP, you know, think say this will create another distraction, or people go take and say, oh, they don't go change this because I know how sell union or are they passive. People go think and say, how same way so where other people they critique say, oh, this is not favor we for people where favor go there in that trend for say, oh, now we not the favorable people right now, and we they look at this say now we then get for gear or waiting, we get more chances than this. You know, think say this go affect because again I want to make mention say some of the names they way me hear from the report or see how confirm or how true say then declare the interest or intention say we want for one.
Okay, so you asked two important questions. Whether and one of the questions we don't already answer for say, or some of them comment there, and that concern they for say delegates. Then I tell you say now that the political party they say the delegates then then more they decide because SLPP and APC then get their own routine, then get their own processes them. So as a researcher, you know for bypass that one day. But the start of the conversation on internal democracy get for start with the people, within the people and even feel about that delegate process there. Let's say I get money, I get $5 million. I just come, they say I want how many delegates? 1,500. Say every delegate are again $5,000. If you not take time, you win that election. You actually buy them. One of the reasons we make party primaries, if you go to the West, the party primaries is open. Anybody who is a registered member of a Democrat, Republican, they vote in the primaries. In fact, we ask a question, how now want let this process here be? We now let few people they decide, or we now want let all card carry members and decide. The position really clear. 77% in SLPP they talk say all card carry members they decide. You get 72%, 73% in APC they talk say all card carry members for decide. So it's quite clear, and also some of them here now for help the political parties for watch and see where reforms are necessary, and we said therefore put a bill reforms them. So yes, you're right for say with the bend be, we bend the curve, we need to consider how are the delegates thinking as well. And of course, it will be very interesting for analyze the variance between how the delegate and they think and how people and they think. This is not the first time.
The names there as well will come up.
The names are not very media houses then. Now media houses there. In fact, if waiting they can do say they can stitch the names then together into a postal. So now so media houses and they do. If you go there in newspaper, they actually stitch up.
All right, journalists.
Yes.
Dictionary.
You see me more to the chicken anyway,
Yes.
because there's a lot.
All right, dictionary. Come in real quick, and then I go ask a question about the 63% nationwide way a post for Jagaban, because
Yes.
give a quick reaction.
Yes. I'm going to borrow the words of Andrew. Funnily, Andrew, well, we get small of a bit of a connection, so I think we'll get that conversation outside Naya. But literally, let me localize the conversation. We're talking about how it works in the primary in the US when it comes to the other part of the world. Now let's localize and don't to Naya. So I want to commend the IGR, and I'm going to play the devil's advocate here. So the IGR officers deserve credit. You understand? As you say, one bit becoming too agitated and all that. So we don't move things from a political analysis now more into an empirical conversation. Is that not so? I think that's the key thing we're having. For the first time in Sierra Leone, you get for CCA now an empirical conversation mode again. It is data driven. That's one of the biggest problem I have in this country. Most conversations are just speculation, rumor, and political analysis. So when it's now empirical conversation, it's nice. I think I'll give a kudos for that particular one day. But the other way around, look into reality also. The key thing is, let me watch as per what page. Let's just put across. If you check through page 4, let me take first page 3 as it stated. Who decide who should be the party flag bearer? As per the IGR report, it stated in both political parties, delegates are choosing at the ward level, community, constituency level, district, regional, and national level. Now they the final game they done now. So the big shame where pieces of people not get, I would expect rather than IGR going to scrap or scrape the internet, because anybody can come. What is an AI picture? Me of myself, I can just position myself and then I put me picture say I run for SLP or APC without them validating. So whether a rumor, whether not people, so that was a wrong access the IGR had, and not to them problem. Now they both the APC and SLP the problem. Last, if rumors go on, and these are the candidates, the party of itself forget the list of people, because they are the people who know those who are contesting. What if who gets a mistake? They grab go put you in for SLP person. It could be an entire setup. They get to sue the IGR. You understand? So it is not something I am against them, but it is a lesson for both these two, Aki and Popo, Alusaid Alassane people. They forget for land say when people want get such research, the later you forget the house in order. So both APC and LPP, both of them are just bash machine car business. Now look into the reality base. If you come down to page 4, as per what Andrew has stated in the IGR report, the big men, delegates, understand the logic in this. The big men, you already say, the big men, delegates, then for the SLPP. The SLPP for the big men, these are, I can watch and say at some point, I don't know how come they develop a questionnaire, but it is understandable. So, now, if you watch at what they stated, the big men scored 28%. Who are them big man there? Nadipa, where they up, now the big man, or sometimes the one where they be Nadipa. Now, I can on to the delegates, 70%. Now, if you combine the 70% to the 28%, it will give you 98%. I stand to be corrected. So who the balance percents go? Sometimes for the small one them. Therefore don't add say you get the big man, you get the delegate, you get the small man them. However, on that particular, we'll come to the APC. After this, I'm going to interpret what it means, this particular one. Let's come to the APC. The APC for the big man scored 29%. While for the APC, SLP at 28%. Observe there is a 1% increase. Now, if you come down to waiting delegate decision, that's 70%. So waiting this particular one, I'm going to read as per what they stated. It is stated in table 1. Below, we propose 2 options for flag bearer selection. Respondents overwhelmingly indicated the preference for inclusive selection process. 77% of SLPP supporters and 74% of APC believe that all party card holders should vote directly in the flag bearer primary rather than leaving selection in the hands of a few big men. Now, I still therefore baffled on the context. Now let's contextualize this conversation here. On the context of big men, like I said earlier, I actually commend the IGR. So let Andrew not think say why as a kind of perception based. Even myself, I get perception towards the particular research where they make. Finally, the thing don't come out. Let me agree say don't come out. The only thing for let me guide IGR say, but the next thing. What thing happen at the meeting? I'm a journalist. He's not a journalist. You understand? So if you read directly what in the IGR stand for, not just read what's in the IGR. The goal of the IGR, who they are. The Institute for Governance and Reform is an independent national think tank working with ordinary citizens and a variety of stakeholders to bring high quality evidence into policy making and implementation process. Now, may I tell you, say, I'm happy IGR don't shift this 2028 election. Now, you should even force and show so Lala Pinter business with IPA. So now, if you come back, their goals, what they say this, and our and will get emotionally driven, a beginning to take and personal. Lastly, if you watch at the goal of the IGR, he knows of it, but let's just make viewers out there understand. Say their mission is to bridge the gap between knowledge and policy. And I think Salo get knowledge gap. And I'm happy where IGR don't come into reality to say this report is clear. And last you will see them vision, their core values, but let's come back to the big men. Now contextualize these big men. Now I don't understand where the big man them. But still they try for them say the person will do this now experts. But do you if and unable to let the person can ask we, let you can tell who's one of the big man there. So in this context, like I said, the big man side, I'm interpreting the data. What they handle for no say, what do they interpret? We're not journalists on ground. The information you know they receive, now who they receive. So what are they tell you now? Okay. Me a messenger. Okay. So I'm transmitting them back to you. Okay. So when you talk about the big men in this context, is it that the power don't influence the results, or perhaps now within the APC? Where up to now they are trying to put the house in order.
Andrew,
so we get
to give a quick reaction to it because you named Jagaban as 63% nationwide electable. All right, answer that quick and they come back to dictionary.
It raised two things there. I thank you very much, dictionary. The big men, we talk say the political parties actually vet the tools, and then this year we talk about we'll take the tool because if we talk to ordinary people within SLPP, they can talk say, no, this not the possibility power wants.